Today I'm going to show you how to roll up an inflatable water slide. I'm doing this for a friend of mine in Seattle that's just starting out, Jumpin' Joey. Make sure and like his Facebook page. I don't think he has it set up yet, but anybody can watch this. I've been doing it a long time, so I'll try and tell you a bunch of the tricks I've learned over the years. It all basically starts with the setup. You always want to put the pool part of the slide down in the lowest part of their yard so that the water doesn't go back into the inflatable. This one I'm just getting done cleaning, so I'll basically show you how to dry it out, clean it, etc., etc. When I'm drying it, I always pull the liner back from the slide area because water does get under there. Wipe it all down. I don't use water or anything like that. I use Simple Green Pro D5 to clean, or Autobahn, some people work. First thing I do is remove all the stakes, except for I always leave the two stakes in the back. I just figure it helps keep the bottom of the inflatable straight and flat when you're rolling. So I'll show you how I do it by myself. It's a lot easier when you have a second person, but I can manage.
Without barking dogs. Kaya.
So I turn the blower off. I open the zipper about halfway since I'm by myself. If you got a helper, open it up all the way. Part of the reason for leaving the stakes in the back is the back's still stuck to the ground, as you can see. Shannon will show you the back ground. This is where the back is stuck to the ground, so you can see it. All right, back here. So I get it to drop straight forward. Some people undo all the flaps, all the zippers. I find this way works just fine. It makes for an easier setup when you go to set it back up. So I got it far enough like that. I'll open the zipper in the back the rest of the way. Get it cooled down. Forgive me if I start sweating and huffing and puffing. I'm in Phoenix. It's 110 degrees out. To speed it up sometimes, I'll rip this one open for a minute. Alright, if you have a helper with you, they got no excuse to just stand around. Walk on the inflatable as much as you want, as much as you can. It'll make the job easier, especially when you got things like the palm trees or anything else that gets the air stuck in it. Walk them out, get them nice and flat. When I'm walking around, like any of the edge stuff, I kick it in or pull it in. Then if you do open up this flap, always close it back up, because it'll suck if you set it all up and realize, get it full of water, realize you gotta unplug it, drain all the water to zip that thing back up. So So for the sake of you people not watching a 20-minute video, I personally would probably walk it out a little bit more, but I won't for the video's sake. Okay, so another trick, whatever side the stairs are on, are the side you're going to want to fold in first. This slide, they're on this side. You're going to want to grab the inflatable by the meatiest part of it, or the heaviest part, and go there. And then just, oops, I forgot. The reason you fold this stair side in first is you don't want the stairs on the edge getting bent. Makes for a ice cream cone roll. No sense in walking end to end without walking on the inflatable. Pushing more air out. Usually try and walk front to back, or wherever the vents are at. Then with most water slides, you're just going to want to fold seam to seam. So, if you have a helper with you, you're going to want them to either help roll some, but when you get to the meaty part of it, you're going to want them to stomp down the inflatable in front of you and stand in the part that wants to separate open. If you're by yourself, take a sandbag, drop it right there. That'll help keep your roll solid all the way through. So now that it's pretty even, come stand down here so they can see. Stand right here. So now that it's pretty even, I give it a tug. And I'll usually walk down it another time, taking everything in. So you have a nice even, like 5 to 6 foot roll all the way down. And especially if you have a bigger company, you're going to want to get your employees used to putting the liner back in the slide. Otherwise, the next guy will show up at a job without a liner. Smaller companies, I still would recommend putting it in. Alright. So, I'm sweating now. It is hot out. The key to a good roll is the beginning of the roll. Let me grab something to show you. I don't have it. Sometimes I use like a glove with a grip on it, but if they get wet, it sucks. I'll show you here. Like I said, the key is the beginning of the roll. Some people say fold the slide in. I don't. Start with something that's easily manageable to get a good start. So, since this one's pretty dry, actually it's not, I take my time when I'm rolling them, even on pickup, especially on pickup. Just put a rag on your shoulder, wipe down the water, let it dry. Helps you get some grip to keep the roll nice and tight. So this is where you'd want to use 2 people till we get down to about the fat part of it. So it's a little damp here. It'll dry out quick here. So it's dry now, but what I'm saying is if the bottom of the water slide is wet when you're picking it up, just wipe it with the towel. Even if you gotta wait 30 seconds or a minute in between rolls, the end result will be a way better roll and way more easily maneuverable when you got a good roll. So the sandbag right there, without the sandbag, it'll want to split open at this point. The sandbag there is like a person standing there, keeps it nice and together. Got some water again. Alright, pretty easy.
Do the rest.
What? I'll show you there. So after you got it there, put the straps to there, roll it back a few feet, come over to this side. Basically you're folding the end in or squaring it off. Just keeps it from any blower tube or anything like that hanging out. Pull your straps through. Tuck it all in. Actually, it is a little ice cream cone, but like I said, it's hot. Alright, that's it.
Strap it up. I did the rest, the whole thing.